Welcome back to the channel. In this video, we're stepping into the daily routine of one of the most influential artists of our generation. A woman who has redefined music, storytelling, and global fandom, Taylor Swift. And whether you're a Swiftie, a casual listener, or just somebody who's fascinated by high-performing creatives, one thing is for sure, Taylor Swift is more than talented. She is disciplined, strategic, and relentlessly intentional. And for sure, by looking at her daily routine, there are a few things that you and I can pick up to also apply to our day. Then let's continue right away with point number 3, the things that you could apply to your daily routine, even if you're not a performer or an artist as Taylor Swift. And one thing you can definitely try out is to start your day with emotional grounding. So this means, for example, you could try out journaling, reading, quiet reflection, or slow morning routine, because this builds emotional clarity. And what do I mean specifically with emotional clarity? Instead of starting your day with being very hectic, exciting, rushing from A to Z, doing this, then you actually start your day already in full chaos, and you're not really clear about what specifically do you want to achieve in your day. This means when you take time just to ground yourself emotionally in the morning, it gives you the clarity, the focus, the idea, the vision of what you want to get out of the day. This means when you take time just to reflect or to journal, what are the things happening in your life? What are the things that you want to achieve? You tell yourself internally, no matter what happens during the day, I really want to achieve that. Or for example, when you use self-affirmations, you tell yourself, I have all the energy I need. I'm youthful and timeless at every age. You tell yourself, no matter what happens, I have all the energy that I need to succeed. If I feel drained during the day, it's okay. I will find a way to really re-energize myself. And that's the advantage of really taking a morning routine that is a bit more slow. Because you tell your team members, you tell your entire body, your mind, your emotions, guys, have a light, nice coffee, a breakfast, and just get ready for the day. And it's way better than starting your day, wow, super hectic, running here and there, before you even, and actually what happens, you spend a lot of energy just running, rushing around, and then when it's time to make decisions to be productive, you already wasted all your energy in the morning just running and chasing things that you have done beforehand, right? So that's why a kind of more calm morning really helps you to kind of charge up your batteries, to really visualize what you want to achieve, so that when it's time to get things done, to be productive, to work, you have the energy and the clarity. Very important, you have the clarity that you need. Because worst thing is, you start your day, you're ready to rumble, but you realize, while you think about this analytical, while you think about this report, you think about the things you should have said earlier, but you miss it because you were too hectic, right? So you don't want this to derail you. Really start your day a bit more slowly, so that for the other tasks coming up during your day, you're able to gather them because you're not thinking about what has happened earlier in the morning. The second part is create a daily creative time. Of course, you don't have to write songs, but you can write, you can brainstorm, you can sketch, you can think, you can plan, you can dance, you can create something, you can think about some DIY projects that you have, you can think about some engineering tasks that you have in mind. Really consider creativity as something that you need to build up, you need to train every single day. And some of you might say, but yeah, I'm not creative at all. No. Okay, I can continue, but I'm sure you get the message. There's no such thing as you not having any creativity, because creativity is abundant. There's so many different facets of being creative. It means that whenever you think, okay, I don't have creativity, think twice, because you could be a creative about finding a technical solution for something that nobody else has found before, but because you're able to be creative, to come up with ideas that nobody else has done before, you're able to find a solution to the current problem. And that's where creativity can be very helpful, because it helps you to actually look beyond what is in front of you and come up with solutions that can help others. Remember to use creativity not just as something given, No, it is something that you can develop over time. It's a muscle that you need to strengthen and you work on every single day. Because when you work on that muscle, you see, you feel unstoppable. And of course, when you work on things that really inspire and energize you, they literally give you energy for other things that you need to work on during the day. The next part, number 3, is protect deep work blocks. It means that whenever you work on something important, don't just say, okay, from 9 to 10, I work on my writing skills, or I'm going to write my next speech. No, really turn off notifications. Remove any kind of possible distractions that can happen. For example, let's say you're working at home and you know your children are coming home or other family members will come home soon. Just remember to really protect that time so that you cannot be distracted at that given moment. So it means, for example, if you know somebody's coming home and might distract you in 1 or 2 hours, see if you can start earlier so that you don't have this distraction. Just think about it. Taylor Swift, whose day it might be super charged with so many different things to work on, she is still able to just block time for herself, for really deep focus time. If she can do it, you can do the same thing. So again, think about when you work on your main project, block time, turn off notifications, think about possible distractions that can happen and see if you can avoid them. And also give yourself really uninterrupted time, that no matter what happens, you don't think about, oh yeah, I need to text the neighbor. One thing I do is I have a list next to me. When I have these random thoughts coming in, instead of just going for it and solving it right away, I just take a piece of paper and I write down what I have in mind so that I can just put it aside and still come back to my focused task. Next part, number 4, is move your body regularly. You don't need to do dance rehearsals, but you can walk, stretch, do light cardio, or try yoga, because movement fuels creativity. And here's the cool thing. If you exercise, you can really imagine it as an investment in your energy. Let's say one day you feel really sluggish and tired. Just think about, do some jumping stars, poof, jump, jump, and poof, immediately you're charged with energy that really help you to work on the things that you're working on. Or if you feel sluggish, you do your jumping stars and you have this instant poof, energy boost. And you see me, I'm already having way more energy than I had beforehand, but I'm sure you get the idea. Some exercise really can energize you. But one thing that is very, very, very important, don't think that, okay, I do just one time in the whole year that I do my exercise one time and that's enough. I'm already set for the day. No, this is completely wrong. Think about doing it regularly. So this could be, for example, you exercise 2 or 3 times a day, or you exercise once and you walk every single day. Really think about where can you bring in more movement into your daily routine so that with this regular movement, you kind of energize yourself. You could think about your own battery, your own body as a battery. It means if you don't do anything, if you don't move, you're not really charging your battery. But if you dance or if you walk, the more you do that, the more you charge your energy, the more you build up stamina that help you to power through no matter what. To help you power through if you have a busy day with a lot of energy and really accomplish boom, jump, 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 all the things you need to work on because you already invested in the energy building in your body and you're ready to rumble. And what is your Taylor Swift exercise activity that really energizes you throughout the day? Let me know. Write it down in the comments. I'm curious to hear more. Point number 5. Taylor's emotional stability comes from her relationships. Yours can too. In her case, her partner is really a strong supporter in her life and really encourages her to do the things she's working on. And that same thing you and I can apply to our daily routine. Really look at those people around you. Who are the ones that really support you? Who are the ones that really drain your energy, that try to pull you down? Really think about, is there something that I need to adjust in my daily routine? Are there some people who really encourage me no matter what? Try to spend more time with them and you will see that you feel already unstoppable just spending time with those people. If you have people where you feel like, oh, I feel like they're trying to put me down or they're limiting me, It's okay, it's their own mindset. But one thing you could do is, for example, confront and tell them, hey, the way you talk to me, it doesn't feel good to me. If not, you can also think about other ways. Maybe meet less often, etc. But really think about the people you hang out with. They actually contribute to your own energy. And of course, everybody has different priorities. And it's not that you say, I don't like that person. It's just you think about it. If somebody maybe pulls you down, it might be about things that are happening in their own lives. And it might not have anything to do with you, which is completely normal. And you can imagine it like a bus ride. You know, in a bus ride, not everybody sits in the bus at the same time constantly. No, people come and go and leave. And it's the same thing that can also happen with people. That maybe you go in the journey of life, you have a friend sitting next to you for many times. But at some point, your friend maybe thinks, oh, okay, I need to stop here. But then a few stops later, they come back because they realize, actually, we aligned again together. And that's the cool thing in life. So really think about the kind of inner circle that you have. Are they really encouraging you? Last but not least, the sixth part is about build discipline with flexibility. Taylor is structured, but not rigid. And your routine should support your life, not suffocate it. And that's something really interesting because, of course, you might think routines are very structured and they have to follow a specific style. No, they're really there more to support you. It means that when you feel, okay, now I should actually exercise, but I feel like I'm not yet ready to do so. Think about, do I just want to follow it through and do something beforehand in order to have the energy for exercising? Or do I replace it with something else that I can work on and exercise in 1 or 2 hours? And that's a really cool thing to see from Taylor's routine, that there's no one solution for every single day. She really adapts it to what she needs at that moment. And so can you. Isn't it amazing? We already looked at 6, not 10, but 6 points that you can adapt into your daily routine. But before that, wait a moment, because now it gets interesting. There are also 4 things you need to consider before trying out anything that she does. Point number 1, know your creative rhythm. Are you a morning creator, an evening creator, or a weekend creator? Really look at how your energy is flowing throughout the day. When are you more creative? When are you more analytical? For example, are you more a morning analytical person? Then spend time in the morning to look at numbers, to come up with ideas just by looking at the results you see in front of you. And if you see, oh, actually creativity is spiking more in the evening, then you think about doing all the creative tasks in the evening so that it's actually aligned with it, because you don't want to use your analytical time and work on something creative and then do analytical things in the evening, because those numbers that you might be looking at in the evening, they'll be completely wrong. So really look at what is your daily routine, what vibes with you and what works for you, and adjust accordingly. Adjustment number 2 is avoid comparing your output. Taylor has decades of experience. She already started in her teenage years, but your creative journey is on your own, and it's never compared to anybody else in your life. Because once you start comparing yourself to others, why are they better? Why are they weaker? You put yourself out of your own comfort zone, in the sense that instead of just focusing on yourself and really developing the skills, you start comparing yourself, and it might be just, you might put yourself down unconsciously, or you might put others down. And any of those situations you don't want to happen in your life, because who wants to talk to somebody who always puts you down, who always tells you you're not good enough because they think they're better than you? Nobody wants to hang out with those kind of people, right? Or vice versa, if you have somebody who always thinks, oh, I'm not so good, do you really want to hang out with those kind of people? No. So really avoid comparing your output. Just focus on your own journey at hand. Because if you focus on your own journey, you will come up even with more ideas to accelerate it, because you don't use your mental energy looking at others and maybe feeling anxious, nervous, or whatsoever. Instead, you focus on your own energy. And that's something also that Taylor Swift does. Instead of comparing with what's happening around, she really uses her energy to build up her own momentum. And so can you, but really focus on your own journey. Adjustment number 3, build emotion habits slowly. Don't force journaling, don't force reflection, and let it grow naturally. Because worst case, what could happen is that you decide, starting from today, I'm going to journal every single day and I'm going to do it for 2 hours, 3 hours. Okay, let's maybe start just first 1 hour. And you already have this big topic in your mind, like I need to block reflection time for just 1 hour. And at the beginning, okay, you have energy to do that. But after maybe 5, 6, 7 days, 10 days, you ask yourself, why am I doing this? What's the benefit of it? And again, you see, you might just put it aside and you stop doing it. Instead, really start slowly. For example, it could start with, in the evening before going to sleep, you really think about what happened during the day. Is there something that I need to close? Something major that happened that really bothers me, that really keeps my mind thinking about and coming back to this conversation? Then see how you can close that conversation so that you have a peaceful sleep. Once you start doing that, for example, you can think about during the day, just do some regular check-ins like, okay, how do I feel right now? Am I on track with my goal for today? Is there something I need to adjust? And the other part is also, once you have done this, you think about in the morning, set yourself up for success. Think about what specifically you want to achieve. Let's say you have this interview coming up and you already think about, oh yes, I really want to shine in that interview. I want to shine like Taylor Swift does on the stage and really impress everybody in the room. There you already set yourself up for success and you already put yourself into the moment of being successful and unstoppable. And the cool thing is, it's really as if you go to a bar, right? You tell yourself, I want to have this specific moment no matter what. Interesting. Write down in the comments what kind of activities are you doing to stay emotionally grounded that Taylor Swift also does and we haven't heard about it yet. Write it down. Then adjustment number 4 is protect your peace. Taylor's routine works because she avoids chaos. You need to identify what drains you and remove it. Because again, some people might drive in chaos. If it's really busy and hectic, oh yes, that's when they thrive. Or are you more a person who works the best when it's more calm and harmonic? So really think about what kind of routine works for you, what energizes you and really what gives you the energy, the inspiration, the drive to really keep on working on the things you're working on. If there's something also that drains you, just remove it. For example, when you have lunch at work and you always have lunch with this coworker who talks about the bad news happening in the world, the crazy stuff happening to his friends and whatsoever, and you realize afterwards, oh, you know, I went to lunch, I was full of energy, and afterwards I come back and I'm like so tired. Think about, maybe you have lunch with some other colleagues, or you tell your colleague, hey, tell me more about the things that you are passionate about. And you will see the conversation will completely change, because instead of looking like, wow, this crazy thing's happening in the world, your colleagues' eyes will start lighting up because these are things they are passionate about and people could talk about those topics for hours, right? So really look at what energizes you, what drains you, and adjust, add it if it energizes you, and if it drains you, see if you can remove it. Or if you can adjust it that it works for you. Can you believe it? Now we looked at the 4 aspects of her daily routine. Daily routine itself, the benefits, what you could apply and things you need to adjust. But the real lesson is not that it needs to be as emotionally intelligent as her routine or creative or active. No, no, no. It's really to think about what you need in your life, because her routine is aligned with who she is, creator, an artist, a performer. But your routine really should reflect the kind of habits you want to build, the kind of creative person you want to be, and also about the discipline you want to put in your daily schedule to build up the life that you envision for yourself. Let me know in the comments which points you like the most, and if you enjoyed this analysis, let me know who else you would like to hear more of. I'm curious definitely to hear more from you, and speak to you soon. Oh yeah, P.S. Remember to subscribe to the channel so that you can hear more of those beautiful stories. Speak to you soon!